We are stronger now than ever before. Our weapons are at an advanced level like we've never had before. By contrast, after I withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord, last year America reduced its carbon emissions by more than any country in the agreement. We withdrew from the terrible Iran nuclear deal. We have waged a fierce battle against the invisible enemy, the China virus. China.
Multilateralism is not just an act of faith, it is an operational necessity.
Wer meint, allein besser zurechtzukommen, der irrt. Unser Wohlergehen ist ein geteiltes, unser Leid auch. Wir sind eine Welt.
Any attempt of politicizing the issue or stigmatization must be rejected. China will honor its commitment of providing $2 billion of international assistance over 2 years, further international cooperation in such fields as agriculture, poverty reduction, education, women and children, and climate change, and support other countries in restoring economic and social development.
The specialised multilateral UN conventions, treaties and protocols have proved fully relevant. We are calling on all states to comply with them in good faith, particularly in working to achieve the objectives of the Paris Agreement.
We must unite around the UN's 6 climate-positive actions. We need to restore an atmosphere of trust between member states and strengthen multilateral institutions. Lack of trust between nations has become toxic for international relations.
We call for the intensification of global efforts to confront the great challenges facing humanity, whether due to climate change, poverty, organized crime, the spread of epidemics, or other challenges which require strengthening our cooperation for a brighter future, so that future generations can live in stability, peace, and security.
These days, it is equally important to act in accordance with the ideals of solidarity. Poland invites all UN members to act in solidarity while countering the crises which are currently affecting us.
The topic of this year's debate reminds us of the importance of multilateralism as the founding principle of the United Nations. We firmly believe that only by joint actions, mutual harmonization and respect answers can be found in facing global challenges such as the ongoing pandemic of the communicable disease COVID-19.
And in 2015, we achieved the JCPOA as one of the biggest accomplishments of the history of diplomacy, and remained faithful to it in spite of persistent violations by the United States.
In order to respond to climate change with success, promoting inclusiveness in its international cooperation is indispensable. It is impossible for developing countries still in the process of industrialization to instantly catch up with advanced economies that took centuries and decades in the making. Starting with recognizing the glaring gaps, developed countries should make greater efforts to find the optimal solution.
The outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic has reminded us that we live on the same planet and that multilateral cooperation is the only way to address the challenges of epidemics and the challenges related to the climate and the environment. We ought to remember that also when dealing with the issues of poverty, war, and peace, and achieving our common goals of security and stability.
What can we do at the global level to effectively and efficiently tackle this pandemic and emerge stronger than ever? Only collaborative and multilateral solutions will allow us to overcome this crisis and to emerge from it with renewed strength, standing on our feet once again.
Ghana believes that the effective implementation of the 17 SDGs remains critical to making the multilateral system relevant in addressing the global challenges we face.
It is vital that we promote solidarity and international cooperation to lessen the impact.
The COVID-19 pandemic and other contemporary challenges, including the climate and biodiversity crisis that we face, our growing geostrategic tensions, social as well as economic inequalities, the crisis of legitimacy and governance, as well as vulnerabilities of our digital world, have indeed redefined the imperative for multilateral action.
More than ever, we need effective multilateral cooperation. More than ever, we need the United Nations. It is not only the common responsibility of all of us, the member states, to make it stronger. It should be obvious that it is our common interest too.